All right, welcome everyone to our Thursday session of Girls in the Game. Thank you for staying on for a few minutes while I got the video set up and working. So welcome. I'm Coach Callie and I'll be leading the session today. Today is going to be our last Thursday session of after school programming. I'm really sad that we are at the end of our after school program, but I'm glad that we were still able to spend some time together even while we were stuck at home. So today we are just going to go over some ways that we can stay active for the next few months, even after Girls in the Game is over. But first, if I could ask, if you're watching our session, if you could text your name and your school to our attendance number. It is listed in the chat right now. So that number is 312-869-2729. So again, just send your name and your school to that number so that you don't post any personal information in the comments. So like usual, we're going to start by going over the 5-finger contract. So the first finger is the pinky, which stands for safety. So like I already said, we're not going to share any personal information about ourselves, like our name, our school, our location, anything that could identify you. We're not going to share that online or in the comments so that we can be as safe as possible. And while we're doing the activities today, just be aware of the space around you and stay safe. Our second finger is the ring finger, which stands for commitment. So we are going to be committed to trying every activity to the best of our ability. And if we would like, you can participate in the comments and I will see what you write. The next finger is the middle finger, which stands for respect. So we are not going to write any negative comments. If you're joining our team times later, we're not going to say anything negative to one another or talk over one another. And we are going to follow the directions of the coaches just like we would if we were in person. The next finger is the pointer finger, which stands for teamwork. So we are going to work together as best as possible by writing supportive comments to one another, working together to do the activities, and if you would like, you can invite any family members or anyone in your house with you right now to join our session. And finally, the last finger is the thumb, which stands for fun. So we're going to try to have fun to the best of our ability, even though we're inside right now. We're still going to do some fun activities today. All right, so like I said earlier, this is our last week of after school Girls in the Game programming. It's been really great having all of you attend this year, and I'm really proud of you all for continuing to come while we have it online. It's not always easy to remember to do that when there's other fun stuff to do at home, but good job for still sticking with it while we're all stuck at home right now. I'm really sad that we couldn't continue the year in person and still be able to see each other and play all the games that we really enjoy, but I hope you still had fun doing our other online activities. So today I thought we could go over just a few ideas for how you could stay active and follow what we've learned at Girls in the Game for the next few months over the summer. It's going to be really important to stay active, and hopefully it'll be easier once the weather gets nice to be outside as often as possible, and hopefully we will be able to go to the parks and do our favorite activities outside, and be able to still stay safe as possible and follow the rules that are set. We don't really know what that's going to look like in the next few months, but there are still ways that we can be active on our own, just like we've been learning at Girls in the Game. So as usual, let's just start off with some stretching to get our muscles warmed up, which you should be doing before every time you are active. All right, so let's stand up and just stretch it out. So let's start with some arm circles going forward and backwards. And let's take our arm, put it across our body, and hold it with our other arm. And switch. All right, now take your arm, put your elbow up and grab your elbow. Stretch out your arm. And switch. And let's grab our leg behind our back, try to balance. And switch. All right, and then let's stretch to the side. And to the other side. And down to the middle. All right, awesome. So those are just some stretches that you can do before you are playing any sports or are about to get active. So today I thought we would do my favorite way to stay active, which is playing tennis. The tennis courts have been closed for the past few months at the parks in Chicago, but they're opening back up, and I'm really excited. So I do know that at some point in the next few months, maybe they'll have to close again. So if I'm not able or you're not able to actually make it to the tennis courts or somewhere outside where you can play, I have a few activities that you can do either inside or outside. So I know some of you might not have tennis equipment. If you do, that's great. So for this activity, you can use a tennis racket and a tennis ball. If you don't have those things, that's okay. Last time I did this activity, I also used a book. You can use any flat surface that you can hold a ball on. Last time someone recommended using your hand if you don't have anything, just so you can balance a ball. If you don't have a tennis ball, you can use any soft ball that you can find, or if you don't have one, you can get a pair of socks and just roll it up into a ball. And then this is nice because if you are hitting it against a wall or you accidentally hit something in your house or another person, it won't hurt them, which is safety, just like we want. And while we're doing these activities, we are not going to be swinging our racket around. We are not going to hit the ball against any other object, and we're not going to hit it too hard. So we need to remember to be safe and not hurt anyone or break anything. All right? So with the tennis racket, or whatever surface that you have, we're going to start just holding it flat in front of you, and we are going to put the ball or whatever object you have on the racket. So first to start, just keep it on there as long as you can, holding it still. All right, that's pretty easy, especially if you have socks. It's not going to roll around probably. So leave it on there, stand still, pretty easy. So another thing you can do once you've mastered that, you can try to move side to side. walk around the room, walk forward, walk backwards. Ooh. All right, if you want, you can move the racket around. Ooh. Just see how much you can do before it falls off the racket. You could spell out a word with the racket. Okay, that's really hard. Yeah, if you want, you can try to walk in a circle around your room, maybe see how many laps you can get before it falls off. Or the last one you could do is stand on one foot and see if you can balance and hold it on there. And if you've mastered that, you can try it with your eyes closed. Ooh, that's really hard. I'm going to try it with a book, which is a little harder because it doesn't have edges on it. So I'm going to hold it on there, balance on one foot, close my eyes. Okay, that one was a lot harder. So if you want, you can see how long you can last with the ball on your racket, doing all those different things. You can compete against someone else. So let's see how long I can hold it while standing on one leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. All right, 11 seconds. So if anyone wants to try and beat that, let me know in the chat if you can. Yeah, so there's a lot of different things you can do, and those are all really easy to just do inside or in your yard or somewhere small if you can't get to a big space. Once you feel like you have control of the ball on your racket, you can move on to hitting it a little bit. So something in tennis is called popcorn. So that means you just hit the ball really lightly. You want it to just go up a few inches on the racket. That one was a little high. So you just want to hit it very small, very quickly, and you're just moving your arm a little bit. You're not moving it up and down. You're not swinging. You're just going to move your arm a little bit. Oop. All right, so that is called popcorn because the ball should make a popping sound. All right, so everyone try starting right now and see how many bounces you can get on the racket or on whatever surface you have. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, okay, 11 again. All right, I'm going to try with the book and see what I can do. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, a little bit better with that one. And let's see how many I can get with the sock and the book. I don't know how this is going to work. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh. Okay, that one was a little harder. Let's see how the sock does on the tennis racket. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, the sock is a lot harder, so if you can do it with the sock, then that means you have gained a lot of skill. But yeah, so if you just want to see how many you can get in a row, if you want to set a goal for yourself, so I'm going to try to get, let's say 20. I'm going to see if I can get that. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, like 19 and a half. But yeah, if you want to set a goal for yourself and try to reach that, or if you want to see if you can beat another person with how many they get, whatever you want to do. And those are just the two most basic tennis skills. if you are able to get outside on a tennis court, you can try and actually hit the ball, or if you can find a very big wall outside that you can hit it against, that's good too. But yeah, those are just the two easiest things that I came up with. And that's just with one sport. So those are the adaptations that I thought of that you could do either inside or outside. But there are plenty of other sports out there. I'm sure all of us have different sports or games that we like to play, either inside or outside. And even if you're stuck at home, you can still do your favorite sport. You just have to be a little creative. So I don't know if anyone wants to type in the chat what their favorite sport is, or if you just want to think about it to yourself. But there are a lot of ways that you can take it and adapt it and still have fun, even if you're not able to get outside a lot this summer and play it. So things that we talked about previously, like I said, making a ball out of a pair of socks. You can make a frisbee out of a paper plate or 2 paper plates and throw them at targets. You can use an imaginary jump rope and still practice jump roping. You can do hopscotch inside with some tape, or you can imagine it. It's really, there's a lot of things, and those are just the ones that I've spent the time thinking about. Someone said running is their favorite sport. So running is really easy to do without a lot of equipment. If you're outside, obviously you can go on a run. If you're stuck inside and you're allowed to run around, then you can set up your own maybe race course or try to beat someone else. Just remember safety. We're not going to break anything. We're not going to hurt anybody else. We're not going to hurt ourselves. But yeah, if you spend some time thinking, I'm sure that you can come up with your own ways to be active, even if we still have to be inside for a few more months. And if we end up being allowed to be outside and at the park and in our yard, then just remember that you can still do your favorite sports. You can do the games or the activities that we've learned at Girls in the Game. And it's really important to still be healthy. So like I said, something that's going to be really important to remember from the 5-finger contract for the next few months is safety. We're probably all going to have to stay far away from people and wear masks and wash our hands a lot. But that doesn't mean we can't be active. So you and whatever adults are at home should figure out what the rules are going to be about going outside and what you're allowed to do. So you should have a plan in place for where you're allowed to go, who you're allowed to be with, and what you're allowed to do so that we can all be as safe as possible as we continue dealing with COVID this summer. And we're all a little unsure about what's going to happen with that. So some good activities that you could potentially do on your own or from a safe distance from other people might be going on a bike ride. You could take a walk around your neighborhood with someone else if you're staying socially distant. And you could play a bunch of different outdoor games in a yard or a park. I think we learned a lot of games at Girls in the Game, if you remember them, that you could easily play while staying a safe distance from other people. And if you're looking for other activities that you want to do, more ideas, you could always go back to the Girls in the Game YouTube page and look at all of our past videos from the different coaches and see if there are more ideas there. And Girls in the Game will also be doing some activities during the summer, during the month of July. So if you are looking for things to do or you might be interested, you can check out our website in the coming weeks for more information. I know I would love to see you all there. And I know we just have a few minutes left, so we're just going to do one last activity that I have done before in our virtual programming. It's called a high five, if any of you remember it. So in the coming few weeks and months, it's going to still be really important to recognize when people are doing nice things for you or nice things for other people. I know last time we talked about this, a lot of people had really good examples of people in their family helping them out around the house or helping out other people by maybe going to the store for them or making masks for them. And those are all really great ways to continue helping people during this time. So to thank them, you can make a high five on a piece of paper, because we're not going to give people actual high fives right now. So to make these, all you need is a piece of paper and something to write with. So you can do that now, or you can just watch me and do it later. So I have some examples of ones that I've made before. So they just look like this. It's a hand. At the top, you write who it's for. And in the hand, you write what you want to thank them or give them a high five for. So this was for Grace for calling me on the phone. And this one was for Stephanie for making dinner. So it can be anything that you want to thank someone for, anything that you notice them being really nice or helpful for. So you're just going to get a marker, a blank piece of paper, and then you're going to trace your hand. So I'm going to do that. All right. So I'm going to trace my hand on here. There we go. That's my hand. And then inside the hand, like I said, you're just going to write what you want to thank someone for, which could be anything that you want. Okay, so I'm going to write mine. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for coming to Girls in the Game. I really enjoyed seeing you all every week. I know I really looked forward to it. I hope you all enjoyed the activities that we did and that you maybe had some fun and got a lot out of it. So that was the last activity that I had planned for us. I really want to thank you all so much for joining our virtual sessions the past few weeks. I know it's probably been really hard to stay motivated while you're at home, so I want to thank you for staying committed to Girls in the Game. I really appreciate all of you, and I hope that eventually we are able to see each other in person again. If you missed it earlier and you joined us, please text your name and your school to our attendance number that's listed below the video or in the chat. And again, just thank you for joining today. I hope you enjoyed the activities. If you would like to join us tomorrow, Coach Stephanie will be leading our last after-school program at 3 o'clock, and you can follow the same link to the video for that. And those who will be joining our team time, you can follow the links that we sent out in the email. And then don't forget to check out Girls in the Game on Facebook and Instagram, where you can find more videos and you can see what we're going to be doing for our summer programming. So hopefully I'll see you all there. Thank you so much for coming.